This is Get Real and Heal for high-performing women executives and entrepreneurs, where we discuss all things emotional healing and the relationships with yourself, your man, and your money. I'm your host, Jamila McMallow, wife, mother, certified cognitive behavioral therapy practitioner, mindset and relationship expert with over 20 years coaching and mentoring experience. I know that when you're the one that everyone else leans on, the leader and the trailblazer, it can be difficult to let your guard down, be vulnerable, and tend to your own emotions. So I hope today's discussion will allow you a moment to experience a life-changing realization, perhaps even a transformation. So let's begin and get real and heal. All right, so in today's episode, we are talking about breaking free from breadwinner energy. Now, let's be totally honest with ourselves. Even though you may have a loving and supportive husband who's a great provider, you may still carry the weight of breadwinner energy. And what I mean by that is we as women in this country have been conditioned to believe that we have to match or exceed our husband's financial contributions in order to feel worthy, as if it's not a competition, but as if it's like, well, I've got to bring as much to the table as he's bringing to the table, rather than honoring the fact that not only are we designed differently, but we each possess different strengths, weaknesses, and qualities that when they come together, complement one another. The two become one, not the two are trying to do the same thing at the same time, and that somehow is going to make it come together better. No. And so if this is your belief that you have to be contributing financially or you're not bringing anything to the relationship, and it's bringing you down, then we're going to dig into it in this episode, because basically what breadwinner energy is it's a mindset that tells you that if you're not contributing financially, then you are maybe just a freeloader or living off of your husband or a gold digger, or you're not, carrying your weight in the family. And so it's that conditioning that makes you feel like you're not doing enough, because your enoughness is tied to your financial contribution. And that financial contribution has to be as much as or even more than your husband. And the truth is, as a married woman with a good husband who is a good provider, that mentality is just not necessarily. You have a husband who loves you, who wants to provide for you, but you're still stuck in that old programming. Now, I've been there. Even though my husband is a wonderful provider, I was still operating as if it was my responsibility to bring in as much financially as possible. And it was an internal pressure that I was feeling from the programming and indoctrination that I experienced through schooling, through my culture, through my community, through my environment. It's just, I'm a Gen Xer. I'm 46. It's just the way we were all ingrained, okay, as women. And the fact is I did not need to be operating under that level of pressure. I didn't need to feel like I had to meet this certain number. Even the idea, because let's face it, when you think about your family and you think about your dream of like what you would love to see with your husband and your children, I know for me, I would love my husband to be able to have a business or something that he was able to do remotely, and we were able to all be together as a family most of the time. I thought, well, wouldn't it be great if my business made so much money that I was able to basically retire him and have him, be home with us. And that's what I was really pushing and pursuing. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Nothing wrong with wanting to create a lifestyle that allows your family to have more time and freedom to be together. But was that a weight that I needed to shoulder or carry? No. Was this the season in my life to where that was something that I could focus my attention and energies on? No. I'm in the season of raising small children. Our priority is raising them, is me homeschooling them at home. And that's the focus and the priority of the season that I'm in. But what I was doing was trying to do everything at once. Oh, I want to do this, in my business. I want to reach this level of success. And I'm going to homeschool my kids. I'm going to be this amazing mom. And I'm going to be this, incredible wife and all these things. And it was wearing me out. It burned me out. It left me feeling overwhelmed all the time. And so for me, I just had to make the powerful decision that I was no longer going to operate under that anymore. That I was going to release that and give myself the permission to focus on what truly mattered, which is our family, our connection, and my own peace. So, how do you start breaking free from breadwinner energy? First, it begins with trust. You have to trust that your husband has you covered, and you have to trust that your value isn't tied to how much you earn. Your worth is in who you are, the love you bring to your family, and the presence you bring to your life. So, this week, I want you to reflect on where you're still holding on to this breadwinner energy, like where you feel like you've got to be doing as much as your husband is financially. And I want you to take one step toward releasing it. Because the fact is, if you're married to a good man who loves you, he's looking at you like you crazy anyway. He may not be saying that out loud, but he's looking at you like, I don't know why she's doing all this and stressing herself out. And what is she doing? She ain't got to be doing all that. When I said that men and women are designed differently, that is a fact. We were both designed to work, but in different ways. We each possess different qualities. And a large part of the reason why women experience so much struggle and overwhelm when it comes to being married, having a family, trying to balance business and career, it's because the way in which we are being is out of alignment with how we are designed. It is out of congruence with our strengths. Okay? And this doesn't mean that we haven't achieved tremendous things in business, in making money, in professional success. Absolutely. The question for you, though, is at what cost? How much are you willing to pay? Is the price too high? So like I said, your assignment for this week is to reflect on where you're still holding on to this breadwinner energy. And maybe you need to have a conversation with your husband about how he feels about providing. Maybe it's simply allowing yourself to rest and knowing that you don't have to carry it all. Now, in our next episode, we're going to talk about healing from the need to be this superwoman who feels like you've got to do all the things, wear all the hats, and trust me, our next episode is going to be a game changer for you, okay? Until then, I want you to know that you are worthy and deserving of everything that you desire simply because you live, breathe, and exist. And you are absolutely worthy of being supported fully and completely and unapologetically. Visit CoachJamila.com, where you'll find the links to connect with me on social media and more information on my private coaching for high-performing women.